Fixing 411 length required in Quarkus REST Client by disabling chunk transfer. Understanding the 411 length required error in Quarkus REST Client. When interacting with a strict HTTP endpoint like a Fortinet appliance, uploading files using the Quarkus REST Client may trigger the 411 length required response. This status code indicates that the server requires a content length header and will not accept chunk transfer encoding. The problem. The Quarkus REST Client defaults to sending data in chunks when the payload size exceeds a threshold. Some servers, such as Fortinet devices, strictly reject chunk requests to enforce HTTP protocol constraints. Although debug logs may show a content length, the actual HTTP request uses chunked encoding, causing the server to refuse it. How to disable chunk transfer encoding in Quarkus REST Client. Quarkus provides a simple configuration to control the chunking behavior for REST clients. Key configuration property. This property sets the maximum chunk size for all REST clients globally. Setting it to a value larger than your largest payload forces the client to buffer the entire request, sending it with a proper content length header instead of chunked encoding. Setting chunk size per REST client. To limit the change to a specific REST client, use the client config key. Replace my client with the configuration key defined for your REST client. Example. If your largest file is 5 megabytes, you could set. This will effectively disable chunking for payloads up to 5 megabytes. Summary. 411 length required often indicates chunk transfer encoding is blocked by the server. Quarkus REST Client chunking is controlled via max chunk size. Set this property to a sufficiently large value to disable chunked encoding. Use client-specific configuration to scope the change if needed. By adjusting this setting, your file upload should be accepted by the Fortinet appliance without encountering 411 errors.